Welcome to On a Roll. And now, here's your host, the one, the only, Mike Michalowicz.
Do you hear all those applause? You know who that is? That's the thousands and thousands of swag shoes that we're getting. There's so much people sending swag that I can't thank one person anymore at a time. I have to thank a lot at a time. So let's get right to it. It's all under my desk. Let me grab it right now.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike.
Surprise! That's the power of video. I really have a super huge desk, too. Okay, so let's get right into it. First is biscuits by Lamb Chop. Yeah, and supposedly these are edible. Maybe we'll just try it at the end. They are all human grade plus food. Gourmet biscuits for your dog. Tint wash. If you have tint on your windows, here's the tint wash, folks. Spy cam. We have the book Launchpad, which I'm in. So maybe you want to pick that up at Amazon, learn about what entrepreneurs are doing. Darcy Howard wrote this. It's the essential guide. That's right. And then my favorite gift of all time came from my alma mater. Virginia Tech sent me a deflated basketball. And I don't know, can you see the Hokie bird on there? I don't know if because my season at Virginia Tech was kind of deflated when I played sports, but that's what they sent me. So thank you, Virginia Tech. All right, let's go right to our question from Ina.
Hi, Mike. This is Ina Roizen from Ina Roizen Designs. I am a very proud toilet paper entrepreneur. At this point, I feel like I need to get funding to do the proper PR and press and advertising. How can I go about getting proper funding, or how do I go about getting serious candidates who really would look into my company? Again, it's Ina Roizen from Ina Roizen Designs. Thank you so much.
Hey, Ina, thanks for that question. It's probably the most common question I get, and I'm going to give you the technical answer first, and then I'm going to give you some alternatives. The technical approach, or the most common approach, is to write what's called a PPM. That stands for Private Placement Memorandum. And this is a document that you prepare. It's usually 3 to 10, maybe even 15 pages deep, that specify the details on what your business is about, how you're going to generate revenue, and then it specifies the use of funds. When you get money delivered to you through angels or whoever, how you're going to use those funds and for what purposes. Of course, you have to also have the equity distribution. How much are you going to give in return for the funds you receive? Now, if you know anything about toilet paper entrepreneur, you don't need to raise funds that way. In fact, it's a very, very difficult way of raising funds. It happens only in the most unique circumstances, and most companies get by without ever receiving external funding. But you can raise internal funding. And here is probably the best approach, a total TPE approach of how you raise funds. Just like you would in that PPM, write your use of funds. So maybe you need $10,000 bucks. $3,000 for a website, $100 for office supplies, and so forth. Then go back to each line item and ask this question: how do I get this done at no or little cost? And you may discover that you can outsource or barter for a web development at a very low cost point. In that list of 10,000 things, you only may need a small portion, particularly if you really scrutinize each line item and take the opportunities to cut the cost down. Now you know the actual cost you need. So that 10,000, let's say we got down to 3,000. Then you can raise funds by doing what's called a pre-sell. Can you pre-sell your product or service? And this is exactly what Dell did. So you can do it with products. They used to sell computers before they assembled them. And they would promise a 2 or 3 week delivery time. It was made to your order. So you would pay them, they would collect the funds, then buy the parts effectively, and then deliver it to you. That's what made Dell great. You can do the same thing. Can you pre-sell your items? If you have a service, it's really easy to pre-sell too. Okay, Ina, there you go. Who takes care of you? Who loves you, Ina? Who gives you the answer you need? The toilet paper entrepreneur guy.
Bullshit.
Okay, you asked for it. I'm going to do it. These are the biscuits by Lamb Chop. Let's give them a taste. Securely wrapped and sealed for my protection. Okay. I wouldn't skip lunch for these, but yeah, they're edible.